There's something you're doing for 17 minutes a day that's dramatically affecting the other 23 and a half hours. It's the biggest impact on how you feel both mentally and physically. And if you change how you're spending these 17 minutes, you'll change your life. I'm talking about eating, what we put into our body. This week, we're turning our attention to food and drink, and we're going to show you how to eat in a way that's going to boost your energy, increase your muscle mass, help you lose fat, lose weight, and still enjoy your favorite foods. Welcome to week 2 of H40. And we're not just focusing on calories or macronutrients, we're exploring this energy opportunity. We're going to be talking about some super powerful stuff over the next couple of days, but first I wanted to plant a seed in your head. Most of us know that diet and exercise are going to be the two most important parts of getting healthy. You probably know people who work out. Heck, you might even work out consistently. How many times a week? 4, 5, maybe even 6 times? I'd say that people who are hitting the gym that often are pretty committed to the process. Now, on the flip side, do you know people who eat like garbage? So think processed foods, fast foods, multiple times a week. Yeah, and me too. And if we're being honest, I even do it once in a while. So let's look at the impact of just one good meal versus one bad meal. So not even a full week of clean eating, not even an entire day, just one meal. So let's say we make a great choice one time, a lean protein like chicken, steak, or fish, maybe some leafy green vegetables, asparagus, broccoli, and we could have a side of quinoa or white rice. Well, that meal, about 450 to 500 calories. Now let's compare that to the alternative. We hit McDonald's, we grab a Big Mac, a Coke, and a large fry. This is about 1,300 calories, so almost 3 times more than the healthy meal. And here's where it gets crazy. You're gonna have to work out 4 to 5 times just to burn off the extra calories from one fast food meal. That's almost an entire week of exercise gone. And it's not just the calories. There's another major factor at play here. It's called the thermic effect of food. So basically, how many calories our body actually burns just digesting what we ate. The healthy meal, so high protein, high fiber, your body's gonna burn about 20 to 30% of those calories, just trying to break it down. Your metabolism is working for you. This fast food meal, processed, greasy, full of refined carbs, your body's gonna burn almost nothing digesting it. These calories are gonna hit our system fast. They're gonna spike our blood sugar, and then the excess is gonna get stored as fat. And that's not even touching the long-term metabolic impact. So EAT. This stands for energy, attention, and timing. Today, I want to challenge you to rethink your relationship with food, to start noticing how it impacts your body, how it makes you feel, and start seeing it as fuel. So first, let's talk about energy. How do we eat for energy? Well, we're going to choose mostly whole foods, real food without ingredient labels. We're talking about regeneratively raised meats, pasture-raised eggs, fatty fish, fiber-rich vegetables, healthy fruit, and whole grains that are gonna work with us, with our body. And the beauty here is that we're gonna show you how to make all this stuff taste great. You'll actually enjoy eating healthy. And next is attention. So paying attention means we're gonna tune into how our body responds to the food that we're eating. Are we feeling sluggish and bloated after like a heavily processed meal or even a snack? Or do we experience this boost, this lift in energy when we eat stuff that's mostly whole foods? So this week, there's gonna be this super easy challenge I have for you. Just observe the immediate impact of your food choices. Take note of whether a particular meal is gonna leave you feeling strong or if it's gonna drag you down. Like when I eat something like this, a McDonald's Big Mac meal. So it tastes great, it activates the sugar and the salt senses, it's sort of that sensory happiness for a few minutes, right? It would probably take me 6 to 8 minutes to eat this whole thing. And then what happens, the next 30 to 60 minutes, my body is digesting it. So I really just start to slow down a little bit, right? And then the next few hours, I notice a very distinct sort of pit in my stomach, like I just don't feel right. And that's not even mentioning the long-term effects of all the chemicals in this food stay with me literally for days. That's why I try to avoid a daily intake of this type of food. And then that brings us right to timing. This is, I think, a completely overlooked and critical component of eating for energy. So timing isn't just about when you eat, but it's also about the order in which you're going to consume your nutrients. So if we look at science, well, there's a ton of research that indicates the sequence of our meal can affect our metabolism and our blood sugar levels. So many studies have found that if we eat our proteins and fats first, if we save the carbs for later in the meal, that it's going to reduce blood sugar spikes. There's actually a French biochemist, Jessie Inchauspé. She's demonstrated that this approach actually helps maintain a more stable energy level throughout the day. It's going to prevent these dramatic insulin surges, and it's just going to help us avoid these energy crashes and mood swings. When we manage the timing of our meals and the order in which we eat foods, we're not just fueling our body, we're optimizing our metabolic flexibility. We are allowing the body to switch efficiently between burning carbs and burning fat. And another key concept that we're introducing this week, a super exciting one, is called carb fasting. Now, don't let the term fasting scare you. Think of it like giving your body sort of a chance to reset. By limiting your carb intake for certain periods, for example, maybe 2 to 3 days a week, we're going to encourage our body to switch into fat burning mode. This is going to help with fat loss. It's going to boost energy. It's going to actually help maintain lean muscle mass. It's not about depriving yourself of all the foods that you love. It's about strategically planning your meals so that your body just becomes more efficient at utilizing the energy that it needs to just function. This week is all about rethinking your relationship with food. I mean, when we understand that every meal is an opportunity to fuel our life, we start to look at things a little bit differently. If we look at the examples of people who live in the blue zone, so those parts of the world where people live well past 100, well, they don't follow strict, unsustainable diets. Instead, they're going to eat simple, whole foods and just live active, balanced lives. They've mastered the art of eating for energy without sacrificing the joy of food, and that's exactly what we're aiming for.